Welcome to another episode on the Swishboard YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about a story time. So I'll be breaking down a story and just looking at what went down in that story. And it's a basketball story. It's a true story. Um, and I just want to share this story with you. So let me set the stage. So it was a day when it was game day basically at my college, and so we had like a tournament day where we would be playing different schools on like a tournament day. And so I go into college that day, excited, looking forward to be playing. And I find out a couple of guys aren't gonna be playing. Like a couple of guys aren't turning up because they want to focus on their studies. They don't really feel like coming to play. So it's like already I'm like in a mood. I'm like, oh my goodness, like we ain't got our guys for this game. Like we want to do well in this tournament, like this couple of games, like we want to do well. And I'm like, bro, we ain't got our guys. So I'm just pacing up and down, just thinking to myself, what do I do? Like, how are we gonna play this tournament? Like, how are we gonna get through this tournament? Because if we don't have our key guys, it's gonna be like it's gonna be like previous times when we played tournament games and it hasn't been pretty. We'll talk about that on a later date. But I'm just thinking to myself, this is not a good idea for us to go, with the undermined, into this tournament without our guys. So I'm talking to the guys that are there. I'm like, what we're gonna do? Like we got a couple guys here that can play, but we need some extra guys. So I just remember our coach. We arrive, we go, we gather our troops, we gather our players, we get on the bus or the van, and then we go to the place, the venue. We arrive with a couple of guys, and I just remember seeing the venue, seeing the place, and we had like about five guys. So we had about seven, eight, nine guys, because you need a good bench so that you can sub out, sub in. We had about five guys, no bench. So I remember we got to the tournament. We got there, we looked around, we saw the people, and we're thinking, well, these teams are looking kind of solid. These teams are looking kind of good. Just from face value, when you're looking at people and you're kind of squaring them up, you're like, okay, this he looks kind of long, he looks kind of strong, he looks tall. Like you kind of weighing up like how you gonna play these players. So we arrive at the tournament and we just excited, like we just like, okay, we got a chance, we got a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like they're looking tough, but you know what? Like we got a chance here. We got a chance here. They don't look crazy. They don't look like over the top. They don't look like oh my goodness, like we can't beat them. Like they look good, but like as long as we get a couple players more, we'll be alright. So we get a couple more players there. We just give them a couple kits. They put their kit on. They say they'll play for us. Cool. We got about seven players, eight players. Now, I'm going to talk about the first game. The first game. I don't know if this was the first game, but I remember the first game we played. It went okay. It went okay. We did our thing. We scored a couple points. Did our thing. But we're kind of getting our feet wet, trying to get the chemistry going. We did alright. We did alright. We did okay. We did alright. I don't know if we won or lost. I can't remember that game, but I just remember we did okay. Like we did our thing. It's the second game that I remember the most. Let me break it down. So we got our players. We get on the court. We confident. We look at the other side. It's a team full of similar brothers. And we look at them and we're like, okay, they're looking good. They're looking good. They're looking good. They're looking good. I can't lie. They look uniform. The kids, faces, everything. They just look uniform. They look like, alright, these guys they're gonna play. So we get on the court, we start playing, we start going on the court. I'm like, cool, let me dribble the ball down. Let me pass to my man. And then dribble it down the court. Let me go to my position on the court. I'm starting looking. And I'm just like looking at the teammates. I'm looking at us. I'm like, we need to find some spark here because, you know, like the last game was alright, but we need to find this chemistry. We need this chemistry to start going. Otherwise, we're going to struggle. I start looking at them and then I'm just realizing we're not on the same page. And as I realized that, I started to see these other teams on offense. I started to see how they're playing on offense. Let me tell you, they were led by this one player. This one player. This player was a problem. Let me tell you that. This player was a problem. This brother was just doing what he wanted on us. This brother was just dribbling everywhere, in and out of our key, going up, layup, doing whatever. Like, I can't describe it to you. Threes, splash, everything. Like, this brother was Steph Curry, like Trey Young. Like, I can't describe what I'm trying. Tyrese Halliburton type stuff. Like, you just watching it. Like, I was borderline watching this brother. Like, I was tripping up, slipping, sliding. There's a clip of me like moving and trying to keep up, and I'll be sliding and stuff. I was trying, but this brother was just cooking. This brother was cooking differently. This brother was on something else. And I just remember, like, I don't know how many points he had. He might have had 40 on us. He might have had 40 on us. By the end of the game, I ain't gonna lie, like, we tried, but the chemistry was just not flowing. Trying to get new guys on the team and trying to make it mesh. I know this is like some AAU thing. Like, this is, we shouldn't be getting grits to this, but it just wasn't meshing. It just, the players that got added to the team just looked like they ain't played basketball in a minute. And I can't lie, like, we tried our best, but we were just getting like, oh my goodness, this brother was doing behind the back, step back three, money. Like, going in there, one step, euro, money. Like, this brother was just, footwork was incredible. Like, I was just like amazed at how he was playing. I was just like, wow, I ain't never seen a brother play like that against us. Like, I've seen a couple guys play well, teams. I've seen teams, but a player just dominate like that, I ain't witnessed that in a lot in a minute. So I remember after the game, like, we lost, and I was like, wow, this guy's really incredible. Like, he's a very good player. And then, like, I realized that there's levels to everything. So the moral of the story is, it's a quick story. It's not really too in depth, but the moral of the story is, like, don't kind of like underestimate your competition. Because we came in a bit, even though we were undermanned, we came in a bit too confident. You know what I'm saying? We were looking at the team and we were saying, we got this. Like, this team ain't got nothing on us. These teams ain't got much on us. We've got this. If we get our guys, we're good. We looked at them. We looked at how they were physiqued. We looked at the posture, everything like that. And we thought, they're okay. They ain't gonna do much. Because we look like the more athletic players. We look like the bigger, stronger players. When we got on that court, we realized that no. It don't work like that. You gotta put in the work. You gotta put in the hours. You gotta put in that extra graft and hone your skills. Hone your skills as a team. And and a team is also, it's like, as a team you rely on each other. Like, you rely on this person to come to the game. You rely on this person to come to the game. When people don't come to the game, it's tough. Like, this is a team. This is all about team concepts and teams, and trying to, like, come together, have camaraderie, and try to thing. But you can't really complain and say, oh, he didn't come to the game, because I can't lie. At college, they got people who are multi gifted. They're good at education as well. And I'm not saying education is necessarily a gift, but I think it is. It is a gift. It's hard work and a gift as well. So you can't blame them for trying to focus on their studies, but you kind of got to face those challenges. But it's tough, like, when you're trying to play and trying to compete with these type of teams, because a team can be aight, but you can have one player that can be just different. You can have one player who just stands out above the rest, that just got a different motor in him. He got a battery in his back. He's just different. He just be, moving differently. You can just see the way he moving, the way he anticipating the plays. Like he playing without, like, this carefree nature. Like, he's seen this before. Like, he's been here before. Like, that's the way he was playing. Like, if I could describe it to you, it was like playing like a D1 player. That's the type of feel I got from it. It's like playing a D1 player, because you don't see them often, especially where I come from. Like, you don't see that often. You don't see D1 type players, like players who look like D1 players, like, who could actually play. Like, in training, like, you be having fun. Me in training, I was having fun. So when you're playing other players, like, who can play, you're excited about it. But when you feel like you can't even compete, it's not as fun as it seems. You know what I'm saying? It's not as fun as it seems, because you be trying to keep up. You be trying to see, where's he gonna go. You know what I'm saying? We were trying to anticipate where he was gonna go. Is he gonna drive to the basket? Okay, we need to close him off from the basket. If you close him off from the basket, he's gonna step back and he's gonna let it fly. Okay, we need to close up on him on there. We need to double on him. If you double on him, he's gonna pass it out. He's gonna have an opening to score. So it was just tough to guard him. He looked like he understood the game. Like that's the problem. Like when you play people who understand the game, that's when you have a big issue. Because when you're playing people who don't really understand the game, who don't really get the game, it's kind of easy to kind of sway them left to right. When you're playing someone who understands the game, understands the concepts, understands, okay, if I'm double teamed, I gotta get this out so that someone else can have opportunity to score, and he's gonna have a bad chance of scoring because now they're undermanned. You know what I'm saying? If you're thinking about it, if two people are guarding one player, you got three people guarding four people. You know what I'm saying? It's just quick maths right there. So he understood the game, and fair play to him. He did his thing. One of the best players I've seen growing up, and I can't lie, like that motivated me. Um, Once I played that game, I remember going home that day, going on a bus ride home, and I just like thought to myself like, I want to be better. Like I want to be better because I can't let that opportunity I feel like I can't let this opportunity like evade me. Like I gotta look at this opportunity and say, how can I be better? So I remember like we got back to college, we talked it up, and we were like, "Right, guys, we lost, but we tried our best. We just played a guy that was just special." And then I remember like a couple of weeks later, we checked the calendar because we recognized at school we had a game fixture against them. So we were like, "Cool, okay, we're gonna play them soon." So me, I was training. I was training my 3 pointers. I was training my inside free throws, making sure my defense was good, making sure my footwork was good because I didn't want to slip and slide like last time. I wanted to be good. So I started going gym. I started working out my game. I started doing different things to make sure that I was good. And I remember we played them. We went to their facility this time, and I can't lie. We started a game. It was a bit rough. It was a bit rough. They were doing what they were doing as usual. He was on his more again. He was on his more again. I recognized the signs. I recognized. I was like, he's starting to heat up. He's starting to heat up. You can tell these players. You can tell when they're heating up. You're looking at your players like, guys, we need to watch this because he's starting to heat up. Like he's starting to gain his back. So we started guarding him up. Like I said, I'm gonna guard him. I started guarding him up, and then he started to cool off a little bit. But he had another player on his team who was doing his thing too. So we were like, okay, that's interesting. Like, but then we started like I just thought, let me grab the ball, and I just started working. I started passing the ball out. I started going to my mid range, letting it go. Started making a couple more shots right there. 3 pointer, tried letting it go. Even though if I was missing, I was still trying to let it go, like just trying to test the ball line. But that wasn't where the game just changed for me. The game changed for me when my coach put me at center. He put me at center. He put me at the 5 position. He put me in the post. He put me in the key, and he said, "Go to work." Like, he didn't say go to work, but that's what basically you're saying to someone. If you're pointing with a key, you tell him to go to work. That's why I started blocking shots. That's why I started to hone my skills because that's where that all that work in the gym started paying off because I could like hold my own now. When he came in the key, I could block it. When I went down the court, I started hitting him with a Euro step. I was watching that Giannis. I was watching that Giannis, that Shea Alexander, you know what I'm saying? That Euro 1-2. You know what I'm saying? You get a 1-2, you hit them with a 1-2, they're gonna go in left, right. But the problem is I was kind of going left too much with my left, what was it actually? Let me think. I think I was going right too much with my Euro step. I was going too much right. So it started becoming more predictable that I was gonna go right. I got feedback on that. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it sometimes. If it ain't broke, don't fix it sometimes. But I learned for next time because I always try to improve my game, try to improve. I learned I need to work on my left hand to make sure that I'm varying it up. But we just started like going, Euro stepping, in the key, jump stepping, letting it go, just mixing it up and making the game just easier for myself because I understood in that situation, like I got it. Like I just said to myself, we can't lose. And we ended up pulling out the win. We were losing the first 2 quarters, I think. But the second 2 quarters, we just said, we ain't gonna lose. I remember my coach telling us, like, guys, you gotta have more heart than this. You gotta have more heart than this. You gotta work harder than this. You gotta push harder than this. And we were looking at coach like, coach, we hear you though. We hear you. You gotta have more heart than this. I said to my guys, I said, come guys, let's go. I didn't really say that, I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't really talking too much. But in my head I was like, guys, we need to go, we need to talk, guys, we need to talk, we need to go. So on my defense I was kinda telling guys, let's go. Let's go, we got this. We got it in us. We got it in us to finish the job, like. So that's all, that's the story, like. It's just I just want to show a story from the first start and how it started to where it was going and how it ended. Like, it's a journey, and life is like a journey. So most of the time you start off from a moment where things don't look too good to the next moment where things look much brighter and look much hopeful. So I hope this inspires somebody today to say that don't give up on yourself, don't give up on your dreams, don't give up on trying to improve. You may have a setback, but minor setbacks lead to great comebacks. So just keep pushing. I hope you like this video. If you like it, leave a comment. Tell us your story of a time where you had to come back from a setback and how that inspired you and how that motivated you and pushed you, because you never know who you can inspire with a comment. So just leave a comment behind and just inspire somebody today. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed the content on the Switchboard YouTube channel, and I hope you come back for more content. Thank you.